YouTube wargamers. I have another unboxing and I'm pretty excited about this. This is officially the Mega Tank kit from Blood and Skulls Industries Industry. They have an eBay store. If you're on Daka or Bolter and Chainsword, you may have heard of Machinator and the Fellblades of Renown. So I ordered his kit, his Mega Tank kit, and I'm pretty pumped about this. Let's start off with the turret. Alright. Let's check out this beastie. There's a little flash. There's a little flash on some of the pieces I've seen looking through the bags. However, the castings as a whole are great. I mean, all the rivets are nice and sharp, really. There's like no bubbles that I can really see. I mean, there's a little bit of a gap in some armor plates, but this is just a super crisp casting all around, and it's a nice heavy. I mean, that's a substantial piece. This is the single turret Mega Tank kit with, I think this is the heavy turret. I originally wanted to do his dual turret. There's a kit you can buy with two medium-sized turrets, and if you go and find his blogs on the internet, the Fellblades of Renown thread, the Imperial Fists Fellblade has two turrets, but you have to modify the Bane Blade kit fairly substantially, so I was like, well, I'll just go the easy route the first time and get the heavy tank. It comes with a new top plate. I think you have to cut out the top of the Bane Blade hull piece and slide this in there. This basically centers the larger turret. I know the Bane Blade turret's off to the right of the model, and this centers this big turret. Once again, all the rivets are pretty sharp. I don't see any bubbles or miscasts. Comes with one hatch here. It also looks very nice. Oh, there's a little bit of a chip out of the front of it. But that looks nice. That's good. Here's the weapon mount. Just clean off where it broke off from the sprue. Alright, moving on. I did order the kit comes with one set of basically small turrets to replace the side Sponson turrets, and another small turret to replace the hull mounted turret next to the demolisher cannon. So in this single turret kit, you get 3 small turrets, basically to replace the turrets on the Bane Blade. I ordered another set of small turrets because I want to have 4 Sponsons. I want more guns. So This is really sharp. I think the angular armor and just he really got the style. I mean, it looks like it would be a Space Marine tank to me over an IG, I guess. I mean, it just, he did a great job on getting a unique style to the turrets. You know, instead of just using a Baneblade kit and saying it's a Fellblade. Once again, these are wonderfully cast, in my opinion. This resin is seems pretty hard, sturdy. You know, I've reviewed some other resin casters, and I like their designs of their products, but I wish that, honestly, I wish they were all this quality. And this is one guy who probably does it in his garage or something. I don't think it's his full-time job. But the quality of these pieces are great. Alright, so with each small turret you get a weapon mount, which is this piece. To go in the where's that would go? There's actually a little, yeah, go up like that, I believe, or no. There we go. So actually go in like that, and then you can use whatever weapons you happen to have right there. And then you get a little aiming device, which looks pretty similar to ones we're familiar with. Like I said, there's a little flash on these pieces, but I don't see any. Okay, well, the front of this is a little rough. That's really the first piece I've noticed that really needs cleanup at all, beyond flash removal. Just the front of this, but let me smooth that out. It's a little teeny bubble on the corner there. Okay, there we go. We got two bubbles on the side of this piece. You can see that. But overall, looks pretty awesome. So we're about halfway through all the pieces. So this kit basically changes the turrets and changes the back, the whole basically back end of the tank. There is some modification to the Baneblade pieces required. Like I said, you got to cut out the top hole, and this basically just slides in and replaces the whole top area. And then the back plate, you basically cut out the machine chapel, the machine god chapel engine piece. Cut that out, and then that'll fit right in here. And this replaces the whole back piece, and you get these new heavy-duty, bulky engine pieces like a tank that size should have, not those tiny little exhaust pipes. I think excuse me, I think the back of the Baneblade is ridiculously undersized. So let's see, how does that go? Let's go like that. No, let's go like that. Oh, there we go. So there's some bubbling on this exhaust pipe. Oh, there's a kind of a big one. So, a little liquid green stuff will go in those small holes. It's not miscast, just got some bubbles. Same for this piece. There you go. That's a good shot. So, like I said, it's not miscast. Just got some bubbles. Just fill it in with super glue or liquid green stuff. And he's got these armored fuel tanks, which was actually a kind of a really good detail thing. You know, that he thought of that. That, you know, heavily armored super tanks shouldn't have exposed fuel tanks on the back of it with no protection. So these replace the Baneblade fuel tanks. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them because I actually kind of like the look of the fuel drums on the back. Maybe they're just auxiliary drums that can be dropped, you know. So I'm not actually sure if I'm going to use these or not. I probably should. Oh, there's a little miscast on the corner of this piece. A little bit of bubbling, but really tiny. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not. And where are... Oh, there we go. Oh, there's more. Goodness. Oh, yeah. There's more. Of course there's more. Also gives you, I believe these are Liberator 1.0 tracks to replace all the track pieces on the Baneblade. And he gives you all the pieces you need. And they look pretty darn good. I see a couple bubbles on the edges, but like I said, so far all this casting is really great. I mean, for some, you know, guy that does this probably in his spare time in his garage or whatever, pretty awesome. Alright, so I ordered 3 different weapons, main turret weapons. We have the Kingslayer cannons. There is a seam on these. So there's a seam on both sides, but it shouldn't be too hard to clean up. And we have the half pieces of the flash hiders, muzzle brakes. We'll go on there. So let's see how straight they look. I would say pretty darn straight. Might need to be, yeah, this one's about to be warmed up a little bit, straightened out a tad, but I'd say that's pretty darn good. Also got these, because I love Gatling guns, Gatling cannons, assault cannons, whatever you want to call them. And these are really crisp. I like these. I like these. And I believe these are the Siege Breaker, I think, something like that. Siege Breaker cannons. I guess these would be like not Demolisher cannons, but what's the other one? I can't remember. The IG have so many different kinds of cannons for their tanks. But these are the Siege Breaker, I believe. So, you know, I figured it gives me some options. You know, these are probably like Titan hunting guns. These would be like kind of probably short range, large blast, mayhem. And then of course your troop killing goodness. So I am really happy with this. I have to finish my other project though before I start on these, or I may just start on this. At least start putting the Fellblade chassis together, maybe. So I'll do that on camera. We'll save that. But so this is a review of the Blood and Skulls Industry. Excuse me. Mega tank kit, and some of the weapon pieces. Like I said, the mega tank kit with a single heavy turret was the tracks, the 3 small turrets, the engine pieces, and the main turret. And I can't remember if it comes with the Siege Breakers or not. I think you have to order weapons separately. And then I added another 2 small turrets so that I can have 4 Sponsons. To get the actual Sponsons, I'm getting a Fellblade Sponson sprue. So it's kind of an expensive project, but you know, I'll have 4 Sponsons, and then you know you can order his different weapon sets, which are like I think $6 a piece for the different weapons. The small turrets are like $3 a piece. So I am super excited about this, and this, just the quality of the pieces. I mean, this will look like a plastic kit. I mean, that's how good this stuff is. You won't know really that it's resin pieces from, you know, another company. I'm like, wow, that looks like it came that way. So it's got my recommendation. If you want to build a Fellblade, I'll be building the Fellblade for my Silver Skulls. I figure they're a second founding Ultramarines chapter, so they, you know, odds are good that they may have gotten stowed away a Fellblade, you know, back after the what's it called, the scouring. Oh, mixing up pieces here. So yeah, I'm pumped. I hope you guys are too. I think this is gonna be awesome. Of course, transporting all these big tanks I'm building now, I've run out of transport space. So maybe I'll cover the transport I do have in a later video. Alright. See y'all later.